I've been involved in programmatic for a long time from a digital display perspective, and I think we've got a really good opportunity to learn from the mistakes that were made over the years in digital advertising, and try and not make those again in CTV, and forge ahead faster and in a more efficient, better way. But I think we're at the start, especially when you have panels where we're discussing even what the definition of programmatic is. You know, there's a lot of acronyms, there's a lot of abbreviations used within CTV at the moment, and I think there's a really varied amount of knowledge within the space as well. I think companies' infrastructure isn't quite set up for programmatic necessarily yet. Some companies are really leaning in. Some technology first companies are doing it very, very well. Other maybe more established legacy broadcasters, I think, don't know whether to have their programmatic teams on the programmatic team for CTV, or whether to have their TV buyers and sellers working on it. And so then there isn't even a common job title, I think, at the moment of the teams that are looking after programmatic. So I think we're at the start. I think we've got a long way to go. And also what I think is quite interesting is that America seem to have a relatively consistent approach across the whole of North America, whereas here, or for EMEA, we're very fragmented. The different countries are leaning in at different paces. They've got different approaches to programmatic as well, or to CTV, and so there isn't a common methodology and behaviour yet.
So I was going to ask what needs to happen to speed up the adoption of programmatic in TV in Europe, but it sounds like many things.
Yeah, I think there are a lot of things, but I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing, because I think we can, that means that there's loads of opportunity, right? And we can make sure that we do it properly. And it doesn't have to be a one size fits all either. I think probably the infrastructure side of things, like who at an agency is, what team at an agency are going to be the ones that are buying, who in the publishers are selling this, you know, I think that needs to be more clearly defined. And then after that, I guess you start to get these CTV programmatic experts and things like that. And I think that then will help move things along better.
So Publica talks a lot about being a demand agnostic ad server for CTV. I think I know what that means, but what does that mean?
Exactly that, I suppose. So we're not affiliated to any particular SSP or DSP. We can plug into pretty much any setup that a publisher has, and therefore when we're running the auction for that ad break, there's no preset reason as to why we would prefer a particular SSP or over another one. So you can truly know, I guess, as a publisher that uses our technology, that your rules are being listened to, and if it's that you just want the highest bid, then that's what will win. If you want to make sure that I don't know, your direct IOs are listened to first, and then you've got everything into an auction underneath that, then that, so be it. It's not something where we've got an SSP that we also own, for example, and we might value that over other partners.
And you know, lastly, if there were to be one gift under the Christmas tree this year for the industry, what would you hope that it would be?
I mean, the buzzword for today has been collaboration, so maybe it's that. But I don't actually think that the industry doesn't collaborate and share that much anyway. Like, I don't know why everybody's asking for more of it, because you also don't want to create big, like a silo or big silos, and I think if you have like lots of cooperation, you had with these cooperatives, then that isn't necessarily the best for the industry either, because it's nice to have competition, and it's nice to challenge each other. So I think knowledge. Yeah, I think that's what I would have under the Christmas tree, my CTV Christmas tree.